feeling of suspicion has begun to grow inside Joe Tate's mind in Emmerdale. Over recent days, Joe's partner Dawn Taylor has become increasingly uneasy about the growing bond between Billy Fletcher and Gabby Thomas. Since Dawn started her new relationship with Joe, Billy has remained single. He has been concentrating on putting his life back together after the breakdown of his marriage and hasn't been interested in starting another romance. This situation has given Dawn a false sense of confidence, making her believe she has completely moved on from Billy. However, seeing him show affection towards someone else has started to challenge that belief. Dawn received a huge surprise in today's episode when she discovered Gabby lying unconscious on the floor. Later, Gabby visited the surgery for a checkup, where Manpreet Sharma suggested taking a pregnancy test to help put her mind at ease. However, Gabby's collapse was actually linked to her unhealthy obsession with controlling the food she eats. After returning to home farm, Gabby told Dawn that she was not pregnant. She also revealed that she had decided to stop taking her contraception because she no longer wanted to put unnecessary chemicals into her body. Later, Dawn met Billy at the cafe and explained what had happened to Gabby earlier that day. She brought up the previous incident where Gabby fell asleep while driving because she wasn't eating properly, and started questioning whether a similar issue could be happening again. However, Gabby was never likely to take advice from Billy's former partner in a positive way. Although Dawn's concerns about Gabby's eating habits were genuine, Gabby interpreted them as jealousy over her relationship with Billy. Angry with Dawn, Gabby decided to get her own back when she later found Joe. She told Joe that she believed Dawn still had feelings for Billy and supported her claim by revealing that the pair had secretly met. Joe's reaction suggested that he may already have had doubts about Billy and Dawn for some time, and the situation could become even more complicated before Dawn's exit from the show. In a private moment between Billy and Dawn, the pair nearly share a kiss. Moments later, Joe enters the scene, leaving Dawn uncertain about how much he actually saw. While Billy and Dawn try to convince themselves that Joe missed what happened, he surprises them by announcing that he has arranged a family lunch. Joe invites Billy to join them, but Billy quickly tries to avoid it by saying he has work commitments. However, Joe reminds him that he is allowed to take a lunch break, forcing him to accept the invitation. Graham Foster then arrives and immediately becomes suspicious when Joe asks him and Kim Tate to join the gathering as well. Graham knows Joe is planning something, but the question remains, what exactly is he trying to do? Could Joe be preparing to expose the secret between Billy and Dawn? Kev thrown into trouble by a major Emmerdale crime, but his shady friend isn't his biggest threat. Kev Townsend is facing one challenge after another as he tries to build a fresh start in Emmerdale. The former criminal is determined to create a new life for himself with a new identity, a new business venture, and a chance to reconnect with his son. However, many people around him seem determined to make things difficult, with Claudette Anderson being one of the few people supporting him. After managing to clear his name following accusations that he was involved in a cafe robbery, Kev soon faced another problem when his old friend Steve arrived in the village. It quickly became obvious that Steve was bad news and could put the new life Kev has worked so hard to create at risk. Steve is amazed by what he discovers in the village, seeing a community full of wealthy residents who could become easy targets. He is disappointed that Kev has not returned to his old criminal ways. However, Kev insists that he has changed and warns Steve not to interfere with his new beginning, especially as he is trying to strengthen his bond with Lewis. With Lewis's birthday approaching, Kev is focused on making the day special and refuses to let Steve ruin it. But Steve ignores his warnings and suggests that they break into Home Farm for a huge payout that could change their lives forever. Kev immediately rejects the idea, knowing that returning to prison is the last thing he wants. The following day, Kev is excited as he prepares to celebrate Lewis's birthday. Unfortunately, Steve appears to have ignored Kev's wishes and decides to continue with his criminal plan. Surprisingly, though, Steve may not be the biggest danger standing in Kev's way. A new enemy is about to enter the picture, and it is someone Kev never expected: Vinny Dingle. Vinny has his own reasons for wanting to stop Kev from becoming a permanent part of Lewis's life. But what will Vinny do to keep Kev away, and how far will he go to achieve his goal? Serena's hidden motive exposed ahead of major Emmerdale comeback. What is Serena Sugden really doing in Emmerdale? That question has been on the minds of many viewers, and some fans believe they may have discovered the truth behind her mysterious arrival. The newcomer, who is a distant relative of Robert Sugden, arrived in the village last month. After helping Charity Dingle, Serena travelled to Emmerdale hoping to find Robert. However, he was away in Portugal at the time, so she spent some time getting closer to Sarah Sugden instead. When Robert eventually returned, Serena moved into Emmerdale Farm. From the beginning, she faced difficulties, as she had to prove to everyone that she was nothing like John Sugden. Serena has since managed to convince Robert and Aaron Dingle that she does not share the same dangerous traits as her troubled relative. To gain their trust, she promised that she would be completely honest with them from then on. However, that promise did not last long, as Serena was later caught stealing a USB stick from Home Farm. At this stage, viewers still do not know exactly why Serena is collecting information about the Tates. The only confirmed detail is that she has been exchanging messages with someone about her actions. But who is she secretly communicating with? Some fans of the ITV soap are beginning to suspect that Serena could be in contact with Sadie King, helping her gather information about Home Farm. With Sadie set to make a dramatic return to the village, many believe a storyline involving her comeback could already be developing. Although Sadie and Kim Tate never shared scenes during Sadie's previous time in the Dales, the two women have plenty in common. Both are known for their ruthless personalities, ambition, and willingness to manipulate others to achieve power and success. Before her return, it is possible that Sadie has a plan to take control of Home Farm from Kim and is using Serena as someone on the inside. The theory becomes even more interesting because Sadie previously lived at Home Farm, meaning she may believe she has the knowledge and ability to reclaim the property and defeat Kim. As speculation continues, several viewers have taken to social media platform X to share their theories about a possible connection between Sadie and Serena. Discussing Serena's concerns about facing consequences for her actions, the actress behind the character explained that Serena always thinks carefully before making a move. She believes she can protect herself, cover her tracks, and find ways around problems if she is ever challenged. Serena is confident in her ability to handle difficult situations and believes that even if she is discovered, proving anything against her would be difficult. She carefully considers every decision and rarely acts without a clear plan. This confidence could be the reason Serena is living independently, because she believes she can deal with any trouble that comes her way. Emmerdale is broadcast every weekday evening at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream on ITVX.